we, sat next to each other throughout the whole year. And I think if it hadn't have been assigned seating, I don't know that we would have connected, in that way.
Wow.
I stood there and stared at this freaking wall of pads.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
I
just grab
told
these
him,
ones.
I said, just get the regular big ones,
No, you didn't say the regular big ones. You just say get the regular ones. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So those look regular to me.
There's
He came home
Look.
with the tiniest panty liners.
You're
They're
the
like,
stupidest thing.
they're not even like a full size panty liner.
I opened it up. I'm like, what the hell is this?
right. Meanwhile, he gets something that my kid could go to the bathroom in and be fine. But
Pour a
kudos
pot
to
of
the
coffee on
dads. Kudos to the dads who will even walk down that aisle, because some dads won't even do it.
After over 25 years of marriage, we've learned that successful couples have great friendships, put each other first, and focus on light just as much as love. We believe marriage should be fun and easy.
Our goal is to share our journey with the hopes of helping others build strong, happy relationships. Join us as we continue to create our lives beyond I do. Before we get into our episode, we want to share this disclaimer. We are not marriage counselors, nor are we mental health professionals. We simply want to share with you what has worked in our marriage. Now, on to our episode.
All right, welcome back to another wonderful episode of the Beyond I Do podcast. And we had the pleasure of interviewing a couple who we were actually on their show. And we just got around to them being on ours. And when were we on their show?
It was in October, this past October 2024.
Yep.
Their podcast is called Love After Lullabies, and it's all about parenting and marriage, and they provide a lot of information about keeping the spark going even when life is lifing. So we were so excited to bring them to Beyond I Do to share their love story. Because of course when they interviewed us, we got to talk to them and know a little bit about them, but we wanted to know more about their love story. So
to get the full story.
We had some issues with scheduling, but we were finally able to work it out. And we are so excited because their story was worth the wait. We enjoyed
Most
it.
Definitely. So now here we go. Aaron and Miranda.
We want to know about Miranda and Aaron before marriage. So if you would both tell us a little bit about growing up and how that informed your thinking about marriage and relationships.
Okay. All right.
Good question.
Yeah.
In fact, we were just talking about that a little bit last night. It was Miranda's birthday last week, and we went on a date night last night.
Yep.
And we were talking about how crazy it is, how long we've lived in Portland, Oregon now. And we spent some time, we'll get to this point, but we were able to spend some time many states away from our families, and it was very informative years, So we were able to break apart from our familiar patterns.
Right.
But anyways, do you want to start?
Well, we both grew up in the same town, and my parents are still together. So my idea of marriage was, staying together. And also we had surrounding neighbors. I grew up in a neighborhood that was very close, so close that all the parents retired together. They bought land next to each other and have retired.
Wow. Okay.
So my expectation growing up was like everybody knew their neighbors to the point that it's like we spend holidays and stuff together. So when I heard a friend of mine say like, I don't know who my neighbor is, I'm like, how do you not know who your neighbor is? So all of those neighbors also stayed together too. So I didn't have a lot of close, contacts of people who came from divorced families, or my cousin, I guess, did. But otherwise, that was the thing.
Yeah, your neighborhood thing was wild to me when we met.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It
That's
just felt so
interesting.
normal.
I mean, it was let's see, one, two, three,
Or
four,
four.
five,
Four.
four
Mm-hmm.
houses like
Yeah.
right next to each other, and sure, yeah, I mean, as they grew up and all these families grew up together, and then
Yeah.
they retired and they literally like picked plots of land somewhere else together and built
That is
another
so
neighborhood somewhere else to move to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's interesting. I mean, and it sounds like a wonderful, I mean, because it's like you have a family. You had
Yeah.
I'm sure they were like aunts and uncles. Right. You have your village.
Deb's house.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have sugar. We go to Auntie Deb's house and get some sugar.
Right. There had to have been a safety built into that. And
Oh yeah. And
that's
also too,
neat.
like when, the kids got old enough, started dating, there were, several sets of eyes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
So ain't no sneaking you can't ain't no sneaking nobody in the house.
Jennifer came home late last night,
Oh, she came home at about 1:30 in the morning. What do y'all have going on?
Yeah. So you couldn't really get away with too much, but
We got away with a little bit. But not too much.
yeah. See, we were the younger siblings, so we got to learn from our older brothers of what not to do.
What not to do. There you go.
How to do it differently.
There you go.
So Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, so grew up in the same town, but we actually didn't know each other until late high school. But yeah, my parents are still together today. I have an older brother, and he's also married, and they live in Arizona now. But yeah, I mean, yeah, happy childhood. We, playing sports and doing all the things, and just a little suburb of Tacoma, Washington. My parents are and were very religious, so I grew up Southern Baptist, not the conglomerate giant Southern Baptist convention kind of Southern Baptist, but just grassroots. A lot of my family's from South Carolina, so that kind of Southern Baptist, drums and guitars on stage, kind of Southern Baptist,
right?
So they're still very religious. I don't consider myself very religious anymore, but it took me a long time. I was a much different person when we first met, and went to college. We both moved away to go to college. And then I spent some time back home with my family, and Miranda moved to Arizona, Flagstaff, Arizona. And I'm like, well, we've been together for a few years now, and it's either, shit or get off the pot. So I moved down to Arizona and proposed to Miranda, and she said yes, thankfully. And we lived together for several years before we got married. There's no rush in that for us. So,
I mean, it was like a year and a half.
Yeah, I guess we had been together for several years before we got married, but yeah.
So high school sweethearts.
Yeah, end of high school. Yeah, Valentine's Day. The year we graduated high school. So
okay.
So when we met in a U.S. history class, and so a junior year, and I was dating somebody else at the time, but I showed up late with my friends, and it was find a seat. And then after we got our seat, he said, "This is your permanent seat for the rest of the year." And we're like, "No." And so we had like really crap seats, and there were 2 seats left right by the front. And then this guy and his friend show up.
She thought she was late. I was really late.
We, sat next to each other throughout the whole year. And I think if it hadn't have been assigned seating, I don't know that we would have connected, in that way.
Wow.
Which is interesting because we had a lot of friends that kind of, well, not a lot, but we had several friends that
Some
were
overlap,
friends with you and friends with me, and our paths might have crossed, but yeah, it was we wouldn't have gotten to know each other for sure.
Yeah.
See, baby.
So we have to thank Mr. Hodis for that.
Yeah.
Lateness pays off.
That's right. That's the
whatever. Does your former teacher know that?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know if
he was kind of a weirdo. So we weren't too close.
Let him be.
In fact, funny story. We were supposed to pick a person to do. Was it we were supposed to do I don't know, remember if it was Black History Month or we were supposed to do something because I ended up picking Jimi Hendrix
I think
to
it
do
was for Black
a
History Month.
report on, and you picked Jackie Robinson, right? And it was, I mean, this is pre-technology. I mean, we had computers, but we didn't really have computers, So we made big poster boards and drew pictures and to do our presentation and I remember Miranda's came up and they did a great job and did you draw a picture of Jackie Robinson?
No, we did a video. So
Okay.
we like created, a stadium out of cardboard or something like that. And we like made a video and showed the video, I think, for the assignment.
Yeah. And this teacher, like I said, it was kind of a jabroni and he marked you down, like subtracted points because we didn't use dark enough color.
He wasn't black enough.
He wasn't black enough on the picture. I'm like, are you okay? All right, this is what we're getting judged on here.
And it was like,
okay, he was that weird.
The lighting, like I could bring it in. Like, can I show you the colors?
Evidently, he missed the point of the story.
Like coloring on the drawing. Can I bring it in?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
but
needless to say, we weren't that close to that teacher.
So I teach high school, and in February we did a Black History biology or biography type thing, and so they're picking the person, and one of my kids said, "Can I do Babe Ruth?"
Oh no,
sweetie, this is for Black History Month.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
loading.
right. It took him a minute, but he switched to Jackie Robinson. So
yeah, we always say anything born after 92 is very questionable.
Yeah, you gotta. He
sometimes
bless his heart.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It took him, but he was stuck on baseball, so that's what it was.
Yeah.
So with college, did you two go together to the same area? You went separately, or
We moved to the same town. We went to different schools.
okay.
We moved to Bellingham, Washington, which is like really northern part of near Canada. It's like an hour.
Okay.
And a beautiful place right on the water. So I went to the university there, and you went to the community college there.
So was that intentional? Were y'all still?
Yeah, I think it was.
intentional
It
for
was
you.
for me, and I moved out with a buddy of mine. We both wanted to get out of the town we lived in. To be honest, that's probably what the motivation was. So me and my friend, we lived together, and at the time I was managing a Blockbuster Video. Which is fun.
Oh wow!
Back in
Kind
the
of told
day.
on yourself there, buddy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
We know how long ago that's been. Then.
That's right.
Oh,
So we
wow.
moved out together, and then Miranda did her thing at the university, and I was up there for about a year and a half or so, and then I moved back to Tacoma. I got really sick actually. I don't remember.
You did?
Yeah, I did. It was like I was like pneumonia or something, and it was a couple months of like struggling to because I couldn't work, and then ended up kind of running out of money really. So ended up moving back home with my parents for a year or so, a couple years. And you continued to go to school there and graduated. So we did a long distance thing for a while.
Okay.
And from our hometown to where she went to school was about a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it wasn't too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that, and I guess I've never. Well, I do have classmates who dated in high school and they're married now, but I guess I know we were young and we were in our early 20s.
Yeah.
I think that when we met, we were friends. We tried to date at one point. He messed up. I think that if we had stayed together at that point, because I was still very feisty,
It probably wouldn't have worked.
we probably wouldn't have. But good thing that didn't happen.
It allowed us to focus on the friendship part about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was-
Well, and I think that's what made us successful is because we didn't start dating till toward the end of our high school, experience. So when high school ended,
yeah.
we didn't want this to end. Like we were still in that like honeymoon phase of like still
yeah.
really close to each other. And so I think that kind of helped push us through the long distance piece, and we used that time to really concentrate on our friendship. And even when we moved away, further away, that was a big part of our experience.
Yeah. I think prior to me being with him, I was dating somebody that was like just pretty bad. So when we started, dating, I was like, oh, this is how I'm to be treated. Like,
Right.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
get
didn't
it.
realize opening the doors for you was a common thing.
Well, I mean, decent humanity sometimes is,
But you know what though? I think is a lot of times as guys, most of us guys, we're trained on like, how to be, to be chivalrous, from our generation. Some of them missed it. And so it's like normal to us. So when you are involved with guys that didn't get that lesson, I don't even think about like, dang, he didn't open the door for you. What the hell?
Right.
Like, yeah, he did that for chicks I ain't even really care for. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you, but I'll open the door for you for the date. I'm gonna take you home because I don't want to see you no more. But I'm gonna at least open the door for you. My gosh.
oh, wow.
Anyway, enough
Oh.
of this.
Okay. All right. So moving on, fast forward. What was the proposal and engagement, was that something that you all knew was going to happen at some point? Or was there a moment where you're like, okay, I'm ready to make this thing permanent? How did that go?
So after I graduated from college, I wanted to move out of state. And I was deciding between Arizona or Boston, two very different experiences.
Wow. Yes.
And I ended up,
For graduate school was the premise.
yeah,
Okay.
I ended up going to Flagstaff, Arizona, because I had some family members my cousin lived in Flagstaff, and then I had my grandma and aunt who lived like 2-3 hours away. So I was like, well, we got some family there.
And Flagstaff is a really cool little
It's
town,
fun.
really like a local college town.
It's a little mountain town. And so I was there for a few months, and then you came to visit.
Well, yeah, and we, like I said, we did some not too far away long distance
Hair in your eyelash.
long distance things. And I couldn't think of being away from her multiple states because at the time we were in Washington, like Northwest Washington.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, like, to me, it's I don't want to like stop committing to you. But I think if we're not going to get married and like make a commitment here, then we're probably going to end up breaking up because I just I couldn't see myself with like multiple states away.
Right.
Right.
And I think we were in a place where we knew, I mean, at least I knew that I wanted to commit to you. And so
I think I did too, but we just didn't have like a blatant conversation about it beforehand.
Right.
Like some couples do, where we just didn't.
No. So she was living down there, and I was gonna go down there for a visit and also propose while I went down there. And so I bought the ring. I went and met with her parents and got her dad and mom's permission first because I'm classy like that.
There you go. Train them well.
Yeah. And so I think that I don't know if your parents were really like Team Aaron for a few years, because I back in the day, I mean, this is again going to date me because not only was I managing a Blockbuster, but I had like bleached hair with like spiky bleached hair.
Okay.
Big earrings.
He was a skater.
I was the opposite of her jerk off boyfriend before that, who was like kind of a jock and didn't treat women right. So I don't know if they were Team Aaron right away, but after I showed them the ring and went and asked their permission, I think that kind of clicked. I'm like, okay, this is easy.
Yeah.
So the night before I'm picking him up at the airport, there was a stomach bug that was going around, and I had gotten it. And so I had spent the whole night, doing my thing in the bathroom.
Yep.
I'm like, oh gosh, I got to drive early in the morning, go pick him up at the airport. So I did. I made it. And
You were not 100% when you picked me up.
No.
In fact, did I drive back home or
yes,
something?
yeah. I laid down, drove back home. So our reunion night was he slept on the couch and I was.
You were traveling back and forth from the bed.
So, oh,
Right.
But I had been, I was done, doing
Yeah.
all of that. But the next
Project
day, he started feeling sick. And I'm like,
Oh.
no,
Oh,
like
wow.
you probably got it too.
Yeah, I didn't feel good. And
Yeah.
Flagstaff's 7,000 feet in elevation.
ah,
And so
okay,
I
yeah.
also thought it might be like an altitude sickness thing
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we
yeah.
live at sea level. And so it was kind of like my tummy didn't feel good and I was also kind of dizzy. So it was like, oh, maybe it's that,
Right.
And we spent like days inside just kind of watching TV. I don't know, hanging out.
My grandioso plan was to propose to her like in Sedona with like the Red Rocks and like this whole thing,
Yeah.
But I didn't feel good
Couldn't get off
so
that couch.
yeah, so we ended up just like hanging out at her apartment and we started talking and it was like, okay, if any time's gonna do it, I need to do it now because we're both kind of feeling okay. And so I got down on one knee in the middle of her living room and proposed and
oh,
or I don't know, were you like in shock that I was doing that?
Yeah. I thought he was gonna break up because he's like, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, oh no. So he proposed and suddenly, magically, he felt better.
oh,
Just
Oh,
like that.
I think it was nerves.
Nerves.
yeah, it was
Yep.
nerves. It was nerves. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Oh, so you said you had a longer engagement and then eventually you married.
Yeah.
And how long have you been married now?
We just celebrated our
19.
19th year.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh.
That's sweet.
So after getting married,
Mhm.
what was the first thing that made you think, oh my goodness, we're married?
Yeah.
Was there a moment of we're actually married?
Yeah.
Well, I think that so again, we lived so far away from our family that we not only were we planning a wedding multiple states away because we ended up going back to Washington to get married, which our wedding would look completely different now if we were to do it over again. It was a lovely wedding, but it was very much what our parents wanted to see kind of thing.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so, but that really ties together with that was the start or like right in the beginning of us kind of like making our own path.
Yes.
And like we've never asked for help for our family. Like we've always done it on our own and we've created our own village and our own patterns. So that was, I think when we came back from getting married, there was just life and tribulations that we just had to figure out on our own.
Right.
I got really sick.
Yeah.
And spent like 3 or 4 days in the hospital. And it was like right after we got married.
Yeah.
And that was on Miranda. Like, wow, now we're married and I have to deal with my like, what the hell do we do?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was questionable there for a minute whether or not he was going to make it, honestly.
Yeah, the doctor was literally like, well, he's not going to die today. And she's like, what?
Oh,
What? Like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, we
The
just got
bedside
married.
manner.
And you telling me this?
right. I
Just got married? What the hell?
yeah, I was feisty. I might have gotten put out of the hospital that day.
The hell do you mean he's not gonna make it?
Sir. So
But I think on the good note, though, what I can think of that we both were really into like backpacking, and that was something really special that we shared. I think from the beginning was doing overnight destination backpacking, hiking the Grand Canyon, flying to Hawaii to hike the Nepali coast, and like that was just such a really cool bonding time for us to like not only were we married but really solidify our friendship.
That's wonderful.
so y'all were married for several years before having children.
Yeah.
See, we got married one week, had our son next. So we went from being single and carefree to being married and overnight parents, and didn't have that opportunity. So that's good that you had that.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially once the children come and you realize it's us or them. We have to present a united front for, for dealing with them.
Yeah, so we have like a big history and a lot invested, prior to us becoming parents, which makes me feel confident once they leave the house. It's like, oh, we got it. That's
right.
good.
Yeah.
Right. I think a lot of people take that for granted, especially if you have kids very early into it. Because, of course, as parents, once you have kids, then your energy shifts and you're focused on the kids so much.
Yeah.
If you don't have that solid foundation there in the beginning, then it's hard to maintain that while you're focused on kids. And then once the kids are gone, go back to, default mode and being with just each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we got lucky with kids that, don't have extreme neurodiversities and challenges and
extra needs.
I couldn't imagine being newlyweds and new parents with special needs children.
Right.
And you could
understand
a little bit about how divorce rates are so high with kids with special needs parents.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think we're lucky. We're definitely lucky in that.
That's good.
Do you and your partner want to learn simple ways to grow closer?
Do you and your partner want to grow happier together?
Do you and your partner want to be a unified front?
Do you and your partner want to divorce-proof your marriage?
If you answer yes to these questions, you need to check out our book, Unlocking Forever, 10 Keys to a Successful Marriage Beyond I Do.
Each section focuses on a different aspect of marriage and briefly describes how we handled it in our relationship. At the end of the section, you're given an action step or key to complete with your partner.
These keys are practical steps you can immediately implement in your relationship and help you and your partner be proactive and intentional about your relationship.
You can purchase your copy on Amazon.com.
And until next time, we will holler at y'all.
Wow, that's something. They've been through a lot.
I love the high school sweetheart thing.
Yeah. They met each other senior year.
Yeah.
Really the middle of the year.
He didn't do like some people and mess it up. But anywho.
Anyway. But the fact that it was a seating charge, just a seating arrangement.
Yep.
That's what did it,
I think
being
about
late.
right. I think about some of my kids, and I'm gonna tell you right now, there's not a pair of them that I think should be together 20 years later. But
you just can't let them sit free together.
But anywho,
you wouldn't let them have. They got to be in assigned seats for you.
Sometimes yep,
Okay.
most of the time, yeah. Or I like the idea of sit where you want or sit in available seat and then bam, seating chart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But anywho.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get back into it.
All right. So let's shift gears. We know we're married now. We've gotten through the sickness and in health very early.
Yeah, got that out of the way.
Yeah, we got that out of the way. So what about the challenges as far as careers and, goals and, y'all had that time before you had children. How did that go about?
Yeah, well, I think our biggest challenge with career would probably be after we became parents and that new baby stage of who's staying home and what does that look like? And it got to a point of, maybe some of the narratives that were playing out in our head is, my job's just as important. What does that mean? Like, whose job is more important kind of thing, which I think was a bit of a sticking point. But we talked through it and it made sense because at the time I had my private practice. We came back to the Northwest for graduate school for me. And so I don't have vacation, sick time, and back then, now Oregon has an Oregon paid leave program, which they didn't have,
Oh,
back
okay.
when we had kids, which is 12 weeks of paid vacation or paid leave after you have a baby, which is great.
Oh, wow.
So I had to like scrape all of my vacation and sick time from a part-time job and, working in private practice. I don't have that. So he he was the one that if, our kid was sick and needed to stay home from daycare, that would be on him. And so it worked out in that regard. And then I worked, evenings and weekends, and it wasn't ideal. And
Right.
it sucked, because we didn't have that time together to kind of reset as much time.
And we didn't have family to help support.
Right.
They lived 3 hours away, so we couldn't send them to grandma's house,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that was we spent so many years together as dual income, no kids, and we were in the middle of still building our careers when we did have kids. Everyone says that we want to wait for the perfect time to have kids, and there's no
Right.
perfect
Yeah.
time.
There's no, right.
No.
I was trying to hit my careers on a trajectory right when we were having kids, like maybe after our first kid, it was really starting to click. And I previously, in my younger years, never finished college, but I had an opportunity to get a degree in credit union leadership and executive management that required me to spend multiple summers, multiple weeks each summer away for 3 years and work on a thesis and all these things right as we were having babies.
Our second,
Right.
right after our second.
Right. Oh, wow.
Few months after our second. So that was tough.
It was challenging for sure. Yeah, on you and me and baby and all the things. So
And I think one thing that I need when we're apart is like connection still.
Right.
Like check-ins. But he was so busy during these 2 weeks. I mean, from sun up until way past sundown, constantly doing class, all kinds of stuff.
yeah, 8 hours of classes and lectures and then after hours things. And
Yeah.
it was basically cramming months of schoolwork into 2 weeks to
Right.
then go home and work on a 200-page paper for the next 2-3 years, So
Right. Right.
I couldn't connect. And our daughter was, how old was she? Like 5 months old?
A few months old.
Few months old.
Yeah. And then we had a toddler.
Right.
So I think something that came up for me was it was reminiscent of when we were in college and apart. And that was tough for me. Like I went a little crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I went a little nuts.
You're supposed to.
So not having that connection, reminiscent of that, and I didn't like that. I was like, "Ooh, I don't like this part of myself that's showing up right now, and it's uncomfortable." And so we tried after the first year. We talked through it, and it got better the consecutive years, but it was still just going into it knowing, okay, Miranda, this is what it's going to be like. It'll be fine. You'll make it through.
Right.
We both had really good learning opportunities.
Yeah.
And that was just part of us trying to navigate this new life and as being like it's adulting, just parents, and we're no longer just us. And but we still matter too. So it was really trying to find, and then something that helps reset us both, fills our buckets, is time in the gym, working out. And we would both feel guilty taking time for ourselves, and then we'd also feel guilty about the being away, concentrating on our jobs and doing different things. So it was a lot of communication, like work through that to say that we're both happy for each other to get that time.
Right.
Yeah.
And and especially nowadays when we see the divorce rate going up, the number of people getting married going down, it speaks volumes when you have a couple who's been through those types of challenges, and instead of saying, this is too hard or it's not worth it, I'm done.
Yeah.
It was, the means will justify the ends, and we're going to do what we need to do, because a lot of couples have decided not to do that.
Oh yeah.
That speaks volumes. And so now your girls are older, things are a little better, and it's easier for that connection to occur. Do y'all have like specific times or things that you do to maintain that connection? Or is it just when you get time, we think of something and go from there?
Yeah. We probably aren't the best at doing date nights. I think we reserve that for like date nights out of the home. I
Mm-hmm.
think we reserve it for special occasions like my birthday, so we
Yeah.
went out last night. Because we don't have family nearby, we
Mm-hmm.
pay a sitter, and so it's expensive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Adds
So
another
there's
$100 on top of
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
the
Top of
event.
Whatever.
itinerary,
Right.
everything else. Yeah.
But what we used to do, even before COVID, now it's kind of fading a little bit more because the kids are getting older. But every Saturday night, we'd have our date night in home.
Mm-hmm.
And the girls would have a sleepover night, and they would take turns hosting the sleepover in each other's rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Oh,
got
okay.
to stay upstairs and have glow sticks and, do whatever they want, stay up as late as they want.
Mm.
And we'll be downstairs and we'd make a nice dinner or watch a movie, or that would be our connection time.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're getting a little older where sleepover nights have kind of lost its
Yeah.
luster.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they still do it. Now it's like they'll watch a movie on the iPad, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not as exciting and exhilarating as it used to be.
Yeah, we're kind of going through a transitional phase right now as our kids are getting older. They're getting that to that. Our oldest is going to be 12 soon. 11.
11.
11.
Yeah.
Slow
That
down.
tween stage. But we just had our first night.
You're not in the rush for that.
Yes. Middle
And-
school. Ooh.
Middle school, yeah.
Middle school's next year. Yeah.
Mm.
Ooh.
And then our youngest is also going on 11. I mean, she's only 8, but she's picking up
Oh,
big
yeah.
sister's
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Big sister
So,
don't
yeah.
want to be around as much, and then little sister wants to be around her. Big sister's like, I want to be around my friends. I don't want to be around you as much. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Our
Yeah.
kids were 4 years apart, our birth children, and they were always in different stages. Our son is the oldest, and our daughter, all she has ever wanted was her brother.
Yeah.
He was okay with her when she was a baby, but when she became mobile, he was like, I'm not feeling this. And
Yeah.
they've remained that way throughout their childhood and teen years. And as adults, now they are close.
Nice.
But it
Good.
wasn't until they were
Yeah.
both
They were
drinking age
Yeah.
before
They said to not
they
to
were
drink to
able
handle each
to.
other, I guess.
I guess so. They have to take a drink to deal with each other. But and now, interestingly enough,
Tough.
my son was working at a hotel right around the corner bartending, and he was telling my daughter, we live right on the border of Georgia and South Carolina, and the Masters is in Augusta, Georgia, which is where we're from. And he's like, when the Masters come, you need to work here so that when the Masters comes, you're here, you make some good money, blah, blah, blah. And they work together. He trained her. So
fun.
they're both bartenders at this hotel. And we went there last night.
Yeah.
We're sitting at the bar and I'm watching them thinking, I birthed them and they're working
Yeah.
behind a bar.
Yeah.
And then I'm
And
sitting
then
there
the parent
thinking,
is like,
they're not
I'm
fighting.
looking around.
They're
and
getting along. They're
parent
watching
was
out
like-
for each other.
The
Yeah.
parent is like, all right, buddy. Talk
Right.
to my child like that.
Right. Watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah.
But it's, to see them grow and go through those different phases. So, and y'all have a big one coming up with middle school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sixth
Yeah.
grade is going to be, that one's going to be good.
Yeah. Seventh grade.
Seventh grade, I don't know, kids, there's research that says the front part of the brain that controls the common sense shuts down because of all the hormonal things. That's what seventh grade feels like too.
Okay.
And that's from parent perspective and a teacher perspective.
Yeah.
Um,
No.
I think
Yeah.
I lasted 2 years in seventh grade,
And-
and I was like, no, I can't do this anymore.
And I will say this, Aaron, already. It was tough, but I had to do it. I had to go into Walmart or whatever store I had to go to.
Oh God.
Let me get the Kotex Plus. Or get the pants or whatever. It's like walking around my manly self, walking with a
Since you brought it up,
box of pads in my hands.
since you brought it up, my child, she had just started her cycle. She was 12. I think it was the second or third time. And she tells her dad, Dad, I need pads. And he said, okay. And so he came back. And He gave her the box. She comes out of the bathroom. She says, Mom, these are huge. I said, well, bring me the box. Let me see what your dad got. He'd gotten the Depends.
Yep, that was me.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Like, I'm trying to snatch them real quick and get out of there. You know what I'm saying?
They're all the same. Just grab one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, you got her Depends. What's the difference? Oh my goodness. So you brought it up. So I thought I'd share.
You got some pads recently for our dog because she's getting spayed in a couple weeks, but they wanted to have her go through a heat cycle first.
Yeah,
So we got one of those body suits that has a pocket. You could put a pad in there. So he brought home pads.
I stood there and stared at this freaking wall of pads.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I just grab these ones.
I said, just get the regular big ones, you know?
No, you didn't say the regular big ones. You just say get the regular ones. I'm like, okay, cool. So those look regular to me.
There's,
you know?
He came home with the tiniest panty liners.
You're
They're
the
like,
stupidest thing.
they're not even like a full size panty liner.
I opened it up. I'm like, what the hell is this?
right. Meanwhile, he gets something that my kid could go to the bathroom in and be fine. But kudos to the dads. Kudos to the dads who will even walk down that aisle, because some dads won't even do it.
Some of them won't even. Oh, that's your job.
Yeah.
So what about?
We're getting to that point though. Miranda went and took our daughter to Target and got her the little like starter pack, keeping her backpack.
We got her a little care package,
Little
in
care
case she starts school.
Yeah.
That's
and
fantastic.
my kid, she wanted it so badly because she was older. She was 12 before. I say 12. She was almost 13. She was older, but she had started the mental and emotional thing.
Yeah.
Ooh. But she wanted it so badly, and then when she got it, she's like, I don't want this anymore. Nope. Yeah. You wanted it, there you go.
Say one thing one day and she's laughing, and say the same thing the next day she's crying. I'm just like, the hell did I do? I'm telling her, I'm texting her like, I just told her the same thing I told her yesterday, and what's happened?
Yeah. It did. It started when she was about 11 or so.
Yep.
And her Girl Scout leader was like, is something going on with Reagan? And so what do you mean? And she said, she's just been so emotional today. And I'm like, I don't know. But she had started it, and I think when she reached out to me about that, I started to track the time, and it was consistent. And I was like, okay, so it's coming, but we've just got to deal with this and get through this. So do y'all have future shared goals, plans? Is it too soon to look forward to when the kids are gone, or have y'all started like your planning and ideas for that yet?
Yeah, I think we've talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think initial, goals with family, really want to do more traveling. I grew up very fortunate in that my parents were very good at budgeting. So things were very minimal in the daily life. But they would save up, and we would go on road trips, and we went to Europe a couple times, and Mexico. And so I grew up, and that was something that is a big value of mine that I want to share with the kids.
Yes.
Doing some more of that. I also grew up with exchange students every year from second grade until the end of high school. So we had a lot of exposure to other cultures and countries and stuff.
I think we're getting to that age too where our parents are getting older. And so, I mean, I think we talked about this probably in the next 5 to 10 years. We're going to be caring probably for one of our parents or something. So we're trying to like mentally prepare for that now. And because our brothers aren't going to be doing it. So, we're again, that's kind of in the back of our back burner.
Right. Yeah. Right.
We also have a biological daughter that lives in Arizona with her moms that we're really close to. So we go down there, or they come up here every summer and spend a week or two with them, and really filling our buckets and spending family time there. And our girls, they're sisters, so they love each other. And so I think that's going to play a bigger part too in the next 5 to 10 years when she gets older. And
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
we want to thank y'all so much for
Yes.
sharing your story.
The phases of life.
We there's so much negativity with marriage, and I think people make it more difficult than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Stuff is going to happen. You don't have to create problematic situations to have drama and whatnot. Like, stuff is going to happen. And when you have a foundation that's solid, it makes a big difference. And I think the reward of it all is worth it. We were talking about that recently, how, we've been through so much in the years we've been together, and then how we started was not the best. I remember him telling me, nobody taught me how to be a husband and father.
Yep.
I'm not holding the manual secret. I mean, not keeping it from you. Nobody taught me either. But looking back now and where we are now, it's been worth it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah.
So,
It's literally about coming out of self, and because in the beginning it's like, how's this going to affect me? How's this decision going to affect me? And then you learn to now it affects the both of us now. So how do I make decisions that affect the both of us that are going to be wise for the betterment of us?
Yeah.
And some people still in that selfish phase.
Yeah.
Even after 20 years, they'll be like, when I'm going to get out of it, and can't be like that.
right.
Yeah. That's something that we share, I think, is a strength, is definitely any decision that we make, especially with our careers. It's a joint decision, and it's for the betterment of us and our future selves, rather than it feeling very selfish. It's never felt that way.
Yeah, we don't have to do something because we have to. Like, just because you're my partner doesn't mean I have to, put up with you treating me wrong, or vice versa. Or, I mean, even the little stuff of being really snappy with each other, or the ball and chains, making me do this because we're married.
I hate that rhetoric so
I do
much.
too. I hate it too. I
And
hate
it's then,
that.
if that's the way you feel, end it, because it's just not working out. And so it's reciprocal, and we want to make sure that we're still I'm putting as much work into it as she is. And
absolutely.
The work is building each other up.
Right.
Yeah.
There was a T-shirt that I saw, and the guy's wearing it, and it says, "I'm hot," and hot it's in huge letters. But then when you look around hot, it said, or I'm hot. My wife is hot. But then when you look at it, it says my wife is, and the little letters next to hot spell out psychotic. And it's just the HOT that's big around the other letters. And I was like, I dare you to wear something like that. But to me, that sends a message. And why would I want to be with someone who is, you're insulting me and in the name of a laugh? Like, that's not
considered that to be a joke. It's like I work in the paper mill, and there's a lot of guys that are, I work around a bunch of old men. Just put it to you that simple. Been working around a bunch of old men for the last 23 years. And I'm talking about jokers that's barely walking from the car to the job site. You know what I'm saying? Most of them. And, just throughout the years, talking to these guys, trying to gain a little whatever wisdom that I could. And I found that, like you said before, it's not a number. It's a mindset, because I can talk to some guys in their 60s and they're still saying stuff like, every man should have something on the side. That don't even make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So if you think like that at 60, then I don't need to take anything from you, brother.
Right, for real.
right.
But it's just amazing that, I hear these guys talk about their wives, and it's nothing good. Or it's always complaining, or it's all about, she didn't do this, or she didn't do that, or whatever. Now I got to do this, and it's her, and it's like, bro, you got something to do with that too now.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Like, is it something like a masculine to admit that you're happy in your relationship? Like,
I think that older like the generations before us, I think so. Or that wasn't necessary.
Well, no, I think that's what it is, that men, you don't express emotions, and happiness is an emotion. So you just, I just,
Yeah.
I,
I think it also, I think it's because I'm thinking about my brother here who's not in that generation. He's a little older than I am, but I don't think that you have to specifically be outright mean to your partner or outright like disrespectful, but your actions as a man is directly related to how you treat your wife. So, like in his example, he says some terrible thing about women and women's rights and just like just blatant disrespect for womankind in front of his wife, and she just sits there and takes it. And then it's like, okay, you're not directly telling her that she's this way, but you're basically saying like that's her, you know. And so how can she not go then to her girlfriends and complain about how a jerk he is, right? So, and I think that's reciprocal, right?
no, absolutely.
Guys are at work like, oh, my wife is really riding me about all things. They both don't feel good about each other,
right? And like you can't like your spouse and do things like that.
Yeah, and it's amazing how I'm like at work and I'm listening to these guys talking. I'm like, I don't know how that is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually like.
I don't know. You're right. We like each other, and like I'd never say anything. And if I'm upset enough to say something, I'm gonna say it to him because he's the only person that can do something about it. If he does something and it upsets me, there's no need for me to go tell a friend, a coworker, or whatever, because they can't change it, but he can. So I'm going to tell him, and he and I are going to sit down and we're going to, work through whatever. But you can't like someone and then treat them that way, even if it's in the name of being funny. I don't see that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, we have enjoyed this. It was well worth the wait.
It's so good to see you guys again. That was a lot of fun.
We appreciate
it's paid off again. Man, oh man, that was a wonderful episode. I mean, they went through a lot in like the beginning of their relationship. Right. I mean, all the distance, all the purposefully making things work.
Right. It's impressive to me that this started their senior year in high school. Yeah. And the fact that they were intentional with their relationship from that early on. Yeah. And they knew themselves enough to know, we want to make certain that we're still connected, and if there's this much distance, I love that. Yeah. I know I said something to you at one point. I wish that we have known each other a little younger and could have seen each other in those different ways, but things happen the way that they should. Yeah. So we are so thankful that we were able to bring Miranda and Aaron on our podcast to share their story, and we would love to work with them later and see if we can have them on again. But it was worth the wait and the stuff that we had to go through to get them scheduled.
Yep, most definitely. And I tell you, just the more and more I meet people like them and hear their story, the more I'm encouraged to just, I mean, I don't need encouragement to stay with you, but it just...
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, I'm encouraged to know that there are...
Others
out there that, we have a like-mindedness. We want to be married, and we love each other. We like each other. Right. And that's very encouraging, Right. And also, though, they know as well that ain't much out there.
Right.
If it don't work, it ain't much out there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm just gonna make it work.
We're gonna make it work because ain't much out there.
Right. Absolutely. And I'm no longer offended when you say that. All right.
Well, until next time, we will holler at y'all. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Beyond I Do podcast.
Please make sure to like this episode and also subscribe to our podcast. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the Beyond I Do podcast.
And until next time, we will holler at y'all.